Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm filming the 2020 BMW 330i. Let's start off underneath the hood here of the 330i. This has the same engine that's in the 2021 Toyota Supra. This is the 4-cylinder. It's a twin-powered turbo. It makes 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic, and as the 330i sits, it weighs around 3,500 pounds. My tester has the rear-wheel drive. If you go for the all-wheel drive model, it's gonna weigh around 3,700 pounds, 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. But shedding the hood here of the 330i, my tester is painted in this white exterior color. You see the BMW emblem right there. This has the twin kidney grills. There's front parking sensors. My tester does not have fog lights, but there's an opening here to put an air curtain over the wheels. My tester also has full LED headlights, LED turn signal, LED daytime running light. You can get the BMW laser headlights, but since America has these stupid headlight laws, you're not gonna be the full laser lights. Are gonna be the dumbed down version. But making our way here on the side profile of the 330i, looking at these wheels, these are part of a package. These are a Bridgestone tire. These are a 225/40 width tire. They're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. There's this LED sight marker here on the mirror cap. My Tesla does have this moonroof here on top to let some light into the actual cabin. The wheelbase for the 330i is 112.2 inches with an overall length of 185.7. So it's smack in the middle with the Audi and the Mercedes-Benz, if I'm not mistaken. Making our way to the rear here, these taillights are going to be a full LED. They remind me of a Lexus with that L look. You do get dual tip exhaust back here. I like the bumper back here design. I like the integrated reflectors here in the bumper. There's rear parking sensors, your BMW emblem, which is here, and your 330i badge, which is there. Open up the cargo back here. BMW says you get around 17 cubic feet of space, so that's actually more than a Honda Accord. And honestly, it doesn't look like it's 17 cubic feet of space, but you can also fold the seats down to do a 40-60 split. There's these little cargo mat pockets back here for additional storage. And underneath here, I think the spare tire lives underneath here, but I'm not sure how you access it. But let's hop into the interior of the 330i. Sitting inside the interior of the 330i, looking at this interior, I'm not somewhat of a big fan of the BMW's interior. I actually like the Mercedes-Benz interior a little better, but shutting the door here, the door sounds nice and solid. Of course, it's a German car. It has a nice solid slamming thunk, but to start up the BMW 330i, put your foot on the brake and press the power button here. Yeah, so you can see, honestly, I like the cluster here. It looks really clean. I like the gauges, how they look. As you can see here, it's telling me that the trunk and hood is open, of course. Looking at this screen here, this does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And you can see nice clean resolution screen here. As you can see, it tells you the weather, your navigation. Really quick going into the navigation there. As you can see, nice clean resolution. It's probably one of the best resolutions of a map that I've seen in a long time. You have different things that you can go through, like I mentioned, like the weather. You have notification once your phone is connected. It does tell you, I've been averaging around 24.4 miles to the gallon, and you can get 26 miles to the gallon and 36 on the highway and 30 combined. So I haven't really been getting the best gas mileage, but that's nice that they actually show you that on the actual infotainment system. I like the way that it looks, but I would prefer the interior of the Mercedes-Benz. Looking at the upper part of your dashboard, there's this soft touch ejection molded plastic. Even though the door panel is a soft touch, this is a real metal door handle, 2-person memory seats. It is 1 touch up, 1 touch down for all 4 windows. You can also power fold the mirrors in that well. Your lock controls are there. Your trunk release, your headlight controls are here, just like the Toyota Supra. Of course, we all know that's a BMW product by now. Looking at the steering wheels, a 3-spoke wheel design. You also have cruise control settings here, your voice commands, and the volume controls as well. Paddle shifters, they feel the same as in that Toyota Supra that I showed you guys a couple times before. Looking here at the shifter here, putting the BMW into reverse. Pull this trigger and push up. As you can see, nice backup camera there with trajectory, distance markers. I know that it's flashing red because I have this GoPro, but trust and believe me, BMW has a really nice backup camera there. Your dual climate controls are here. Surprisingly, there's no heated or cooled seats. And putting it to drive, you just kick all the way back. In the manual mode, you kick it over to the left. And to put into park, you click the P there. You have your traction control, parking sensors, automatic start stop. This is how you turn the car on. Sport mode, comfort, eco, electronic parking brake. And of course, I showed you guys this key once before in the Supra. You can see there's your lock, unlock, panic button. You can see, just in case you don't want to touch the actual screen up here, BMW gives you this little rotary dial here. You can move through here. There's some dedicated back buttons here, which is media, home, map, navigation. You have different options and whatnot. I like this aluminum style looking trim here. Open up this compartment here, there is a wireless charging pad that you get on this one. There's a USB port there, 2 cup holders, a 12 volt there, pochette in that back. Nice metal looking trim here. The glove box is damped, but it's not lined with felt. It's a pretty decent sized glove box. These seats in here are really comfortable. They hold you in place. Above me, as you can see here, it's going to be LED light throughout the whole entire cabin, and there's this standard moonroof here which lets a lot of light into this darkened cabin. Maybe not this particular color I would like to get, which is black, but open up the center console here, pretty decent amount of storage in there. There's a USB-C port in there. It's nice and padded there on the center console as well. But let's hop into the back seat of the 330i. So I'm sitting in the back seat here of the BMW 330i. Looking here, BMW says you get around 35.2 inches of legroom. There's 2 cargo mat pockets back here. There's rear air vents, dual climate control. There's gonna be 2 USB ports back here at 12 volt. And my Tesla does have the ambient lighting, so you can change this as a part of a package. Looking at the headroom here really quick, I'm only 5'8" and I have somewhat of a good amount of headroom here. If you're 6 feet tall, I advise you to either be the driver or sit in the actual passenger seat here. Putting down this armrest here, BMW does give you some over-engineered cup holders. Of course, it wouldn't be BMW if they didn't do that. And surprisingly, there's some actual storage here in the center armrest. But let's take the BMW 330i out and see how it performs with that 2-liter engine. So kicking the driving scene off here in the BMW 330i, this has the same powertrain that's in the 2021 Toyota Supra 4-cylinder. So this is the base motor. This has an 8-speed automatic. Of course, it's a ZF automatic transmission that everyone loves. And honestly, just driving this thing really smooth. Just driving this thing at a slow speed, it rides really smooth. I actually like the 19-inch wheel. It doesn't ding the ride quality, but the 19-inch wheels are part of a package, which look really nice. I would honestly go for the import package. It was around like $5,000. They make the 330i look a little bit more aggressive. We're just driving through this park here at slow speed. This thing is really quiet in the interior. I don't really hear a lot of wind noise or any noise from the actual tires. Visibility here out of the 330i is really good. You have these mirrors here. Of course, you have the blind spot monitoring. You have forward collision warning with emergency braking. Thing, a lot of people say this is the ultimate driving machine. Honestly, I would believe them, but we're going to do a slight acceleration run here really quick. Make sure I close this. So I'm going to put it into its actual sport mode here. I'm going to hit the brake and accelerator. 0 to 60, 5.3 seconds. So honestly, I do believe that. So if you launch this thing really good, you probably get it like maybe 5-second range, but overall the 0 to 60 is really good. The paddles, honestly, it's not like the Supra. You won't hear a lot of burbles and cracks and pops from it. Of course, I would hear a little bit more from the exhaust, even though it's in the actual sport mode. The steering wheel here, I'm not really a big fan of the steering wheel. Maybe I wish they would have gave it like a 3-spoke wheel design. But this thing is what they say is the ultimate driver machine. Honestly, BMW has some really good marketing. This thing has a really well-balanced chassis. And honestly, that sound, to me, I actually like the sound of the way the engine sounds. I'm on this rough part of the road here, so the BMW excels at this, basically just cruising. And the roads here in Miami are not the best roads. It's really crappy. I just wish the exhaust would do just a little bit more sounding, but in the Supra it sounds really good. But this thing is really smooth, even though the roads back here are not the best roads. But BMW still has a really good chassis. Even with these 19-inch wheels, they don't ding the ride quality. They go over the bumps just fine. But just putting this thing into actual comfort here, it's still smooth basically. Now, a lot of people complain about the BMW steering. Honestly, the steering is really good. A lot of people complain about that, saying BMW can't get the steering right, but the steering to me is phenomenal. I like the way how the steering feels. But this thing is in comfort mode. It's just cruising along back here on these raggedy roads. Basically, these roads are just horrible. So So this does have the automatic start stop. You can also defeat that feature by the click of a button, like I showed you guys for the interior scene here. Even though this is the base motor in this car, it does put the power down just fine. It only makes 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, it does have the 8-speed automatic transmission from ZF, so it's a really good transmission. But then, like I mentioned, this is a really quick car. I'm going to do another acceleration run just because we can. And honestly, this thing knows how to put the power down. I'm going to put it to sport mode once more again. I'm going to brake torque it. Put the power there. I feel like that was 0 to 60 maybe like 5 seconds, but BMW says 5.3 seconds. But you go for the Toyota Supra, 0 to 60 is going to be, I think, exactly 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys know the actual 0 to 60 time for the Supra with the 2-liter, I think it's 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But the paddle shift, honestly, I wouldn't really use the paddles too much. I just wish, like I've mentioned, I would just wish the exhaust sounded a little better. But I like the pumped-in audio. It doesn't sound too bad from the speakers coming inside, but I wish the exhaust would have done a little bit more, just like how the Supra did it when I drove it a couple days ago. So after spending time with the 2020 BMW 330i, this vehicle has a nice smooth ride quality, as you guys see from the driving impression. This is the same motor that they use in the Toyota Supra, which is the 2-liter. So how much does a BMW 330i cost? Starting price for my Tesla behind me is $40,750. It does have the convenience package, the 19-inch wheels, the ambient lighting. My Tesla has a tested price at $40,145. I'd like to give such thanks to my friend for providing me with the BMW 330i for this video today. If you guys are on the market for a BMW 330i, you guys can check out one of your local BMW dealerships. I hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2020 BMW 330i. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.